What's going on, guys? Bobby with Consumer Time Capsule, back with another review for you here. And as promised, we are back at the Capsule to talk to you once again about some beer. Sorry, we have a few viewers that don't drink. I know Zach F doesn't drink, Jesse on doesn't drink, but you know what? You're just gonna have to deal with it because we're drinking some Malibu beer tonight. It is a tropical lager with coconut flavor added. So you guys are probably familiar with Malibu as a rum brand, and it's coconut rum, right? So when I saw a billboard for this in Fort Worth, I guess in late spring of this year, I said, man, that's pretty interesting. I got to check this out so we can review it. I waited and waited and waited and waited for it to hit shelves, and it just never came. And I would look it up, and I ended up finding that it was being tested in Ann Arbor and Lansing, Michigan, San Diego, and Florida it's like Fort Lauderdale and Miami. So those are the 5 places. So why do you have a billboard in Fort Worth? I was like, are they trying to drum up people to ask for it or something? But they have an amazing product locator. What was it called? U.S. Beverages or something like that?
United States Beverages.
United States Beverages. They have an awesome product locator. So if you are looking for Malibu beer after this review, go there first because it's going to be really hard to find it without starting at a place that has it. Because I've been looking for it on my own for a long time. I finally decided to Google a product locator, and I found one in the Fort Worth area that was 2 miles from my girlfriend's house. There were only 5 places in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that had it, so I think each major market actually is still kind of limping at it. We just looked it up in the Austin area, and the closest one was Killeen, which is fairly far. So no guarantees it'll be by you, but let's figure out if it's worth worth all the effort anyway. Here's what it looks like. It's a pretty attractively designed bottle and case, I think.
Nice.
I think
it looks like the beer. Or
it looks like the rum. It's really. This is a beautiful color. This is the exact opposite of Dunkin' Coffee Porter. It is so light.
It's like a Chardonnay.
It is a 5.0 alcohol by volume. I mean, that's pretty strong. You know, the funny thing is these bottles are 11.2 ounces. That's kind of dumb. It's a see-through bottle, so why don't you just we don't need to pour it in a glass. You can just go ahead and have one. And yeah, we're gonna figure out how coconutty it can be, and if that's a good thing or not. I ended up picking up the 6-pack for $8.99, which I guess is not too awfully bad. I'm getting some coconut. I'm getting some coconut. And I'm getting some lager. Smells good.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm excited about this one.
Me too. Very coconut.
Yeah. The first and last thing you taste are definitely coconut. They went a bit too heavy on the coconut here. Whoa. The more I talk, the stronger that coconut flavor becomes. It's natural coconut flavor, and it is unmistakably natural coconut. I mean, it's too much coconut. I'm going to go as far as to say it's too much coconut.
Yeah. My whole mouth is coated.
Oh, boy. Well, if you enjoy biting into a whole coconut, this is the beer for you. Finally, they made a beer for you. But
more like if you enjoy biting into a bottle of sunblock.
Sunblock. It is kind of sunblocky. It is. You know, it is easy drinking, though. That just the lager nature of it is like,
yeah,
you could crush this, but you would kind of have to avoid just tasting coconut nonstop.
You don't want to throw this up, that's for sure.
You don't want to throw this up, that is for sure. Man, it's super sunblocky. You nailed it, Ryan. It tastes like sunblock.
Thinking of Charlie with the sunblock drink.
Shout out to Charlie. Man, oh man, this I really, really, really wanted to like this one. I really did. Yeah. I think we're 0 for 2 on weird beers these past couple reviews because this is just too much coconut. Is that what we should call it, like the weird beer review?
Dude, weird beers is a great
weird
name
beers.
For like a
so that's what we're gonna call it. This is our sub review series.
Weird beers.
Weird beers.
That's great.
I mean, we can start reviewing more beers, but the problem is that we're gonna have to find some that we actually like. And you know, even that Budweiser Jim Beam Copper Lager we didn't really like. But I did like that Freedom Reserve Lager. Shout out to George Washington. He did a great job. That red lager, that was good. Tasted like regular Budweiser, like a good beer. This tastes like coconut. So, gimmick grade, man, you gotta give it up to the design team at United States Beverages or whatever. This is a beautiful package. I will be glad to add this to my collection. The bottles look great. The idea, I think, is it just makes sense. It's a brand of alcohol with a lot of popularity, a lot of loyalty. You see it everywhere. Excuse me. I think that you're really going to get a lot of curiosity buys from folks finding it on shelves, if they ever make it to the shelves. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 gimmick grade.
Wow.
I was so interested in a coconut Malibu rum beer. I mean, not that rum is in it, but Malibu brand beer. That, I mean, I did look for it for 5 months, maybe 6, before I found it. So I got to give it a 9 out of 10 gimmick grade. And a lot of that's from the design, though. The design is just beautiful. I'm very, very happy. I'm happy with my purchase, regardless of the results in taste. Now, we ended up giving the Harpoon Dunkin' Coffee Porter a 3 out of 10 for taste. I think this is a step above that, but not by much.
I'm going to go a step below.
You're going to go a step below that.
That's just me.
I'm going to give it a 3.5. I'm going to give it a 3.5. Because really, once you kind of get used to the coconut, it's not terrible. I like coconut, but I don't like this much coconut.
Do you like coconut water?
No. Yeah, I guess so.
This doesn't taste like real coconut to me.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
It's so strong. Regardless, it's unmistakably coconut. Yeah. You mean, you could have blindfolded me, made me do dizzy dad bat, whatever, at a Round Rock Express game, handed me this, and told me, what is the fruit that we use to flavor this? And it's unmistakably coconut. But I can give it a 3.5. Look, you couldn't have done any other type of beer than a lager to pair with the coconut, although anything else would have done a better job of masking that flavor. So I guess you kind of live by the sword and die by the sword.
Have you ever had a coconut porter?
I've never had a coconut porter.
Those exist.
But I mean, that could be good. Nonetheless, really not a great beer. So if you're looking for a really good, really tasty beer, I just don't think that this is a good place to go. But if you're looking for something interesting and something different, something you get one time and never get again, I think that you should still pick up the Malibu beer because its gimmick is just phenomenal, very eye-catching, and definitely a great thing to bring to a party. Someone you could string a few. I mean, look, you're gonna get tired of that coconut flavor or whatever, but you're gonna be tired of it by sip 1. So. I could drink another couple of these if I had to. I don't have to, so I won't. But anyway, hope that you enjoyed that. What are we calling it again? Weird Beers. Weird Beers. Hope you enjoyed this installment of Weird Beers here on the CTC review. And until next time, I will miss you until I see you. We'll be back next time with some non-beer reviews because we suck at picking beers that taste good. Really makes you appreciate a good bush.